World Hepatitis Alliance, and one of the things that I have here is saying that it's closer than we think. 1 in every 12 individuals in the world has hepatitis, and the reason is because over 350 to 400 million people all over the world have hepatitis. If I count 12 people now, 1 out of every 12 has hepatitis. You would say, what is the truth? You know, and it's natural for all of us to say that, but it's just the plain truth. Even in Nigeria, the figures we have is much more alarming. It's even 1 in 8, because over 20 million Nigerians have hepatitis. So it's closer than we can think, and it's bigger than our imagination. And what's the reason why? Because of a lot of factors that we will see next time. Good. What is hepatitis? Or what does the hepatitis is the inflammation of the liver? What is the liver? What does the liver do? Why is it important to us? Why is it one of the key organs of the body? It does a lot of things, and you can see that it helps in processing the food that you eat, helps in combating infection in the body, helps in clearing particles and infections, including bacteria. It helps in neutralizing and destroying drug toxins and even other very, very harmful toxins that we take in. Everything goes through the liver. So if it does back up, then we are in big trouble. And that's why, just the same way your heart is very important, that I say God is saving Muhammad, that he was able to make it. A lot of people go through such heart attack and they never make it because it's a key organ of the body. Same with the liver. And hepatitis can be caused by different things. One, by viruses, A, B, C, D, E. It can also be caused by bacteria, alcohol, when you take a lot of alcohol, even sometimes drugs. Hepatitis B is called the silent killer. And the reason why it's called the silent killer is because you can have hepatitis B for close to 25 years and it will never show. By the time it starts showing, it's already too late. There are two forms of hepatitis B. There's the one that is called the acute and the chronic. The only way to know the difference is that most people, when you have the acute, it does resolve on its own. But the chronic one progresses, and that's the one that is very dangerous. If you have any hepatitis, maybe you go somewhere and say you have hepatitis. In 6 months, if you confirm it again and you still have hepatitis, you don't have a chronic disease, you don't have an acute disease, you have a chronic disease. That's the simplest way to differentiate them. But even now, there are sophisticated machines that can tell you now that you have a chronic disease. Before now, you wait 6 months, but now you can know immediately whether you have a chronic hepatitis or not. The mode of transmission, how people get hepatitis? Different people. They have mother to child, and that's a bit common in developed countries because of different type of births that people had when they were younger and all of that. And at that point in time, they were not doing vaccination for hepatitis. So they started vaccination in hepatitis 2005. So everybody born before 2005, they are at risk, including myself. So that's where the problem is. In developed countries, they started vaccination from 1992. And they discovered the vaccine around 1980. So imagine how everything catches up with us very late. Very, very late. That's the bigger problem we have now. But the commonest rate of transmission in Africa today is child-to-child transmission. Oh, wow. And all of this happened before the ages of 5. Why? Your immunity level at that time is very, very low. And that's why they're shouting malaria net for children below the age of 5. So at that point, the immunity level is low. And that's why it's very common now. There are other routes of transmission, contaminated needles, sexual contact, blood transfusion, healthcare workers, a lot of other. But the one that is affecting us so much is child-to-child transmission, followed by mother-to-child transmission. Something compromises the immune system, it moves straight into a chronic infection. And that's why it can be in the body for like 30 years before it starts affecting you. This is it. Unfortunately, we're lucky. God is very fair with us. We don't have both of them affecting us at the same time. What is our prevalence? What is our prevalence? 2.4%. 1 to 2%. Am I right? So it's low compared to. And even in reality, Nigeria is like 0.5%. So that is not very common. We've had issues whereby the common laws and tests for children have been driven away from school because of hepatitis. It does not make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You can't contact the hepatitis that way. And these are ways you cannot contact the hepatitis, shaking somebody, hugging somebody, sharing clothes with somebody, share office space or classroom. But you can't contact it by sharing personal effects. Some people share toothbrush.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Some people share toothbrush. And some people have done it when they were growing up, even if they have not done now. Especially even some couples, they do. It's very risky.
Very risky.
Chronic hepatitis B is silent killer. I said You know, one of the major challenges it has, right, it has not generated enough awareness as it should. It's because the disease does not show any symptoms. You can be walking like this, and you will never know how it is. The moment you start seeing symptoms, most of the time, it's already getting late. No carcinogenic disease in the world, meaning that it can lead from just hepatitis to becoming liver cancer. And that's why it's a major issue. If you just normal like hepatitis A, it's normal, those ones are not big. But hepatitis B and C, they lead to liver cancer. That's why. And the only way to know is to just do a simple blood test, which is what I want to do for you today. Look at this guy. Does he look like someone that has hepatitis or is sick? And I wrote it there. Looking healthy but dying inside. He does not have to end this way. It's looking very healthy, and that's how a lot of us look. But there's millions of us going around with hepatitis. A normal liver is smooth. How many of us eat edam very well?
Why? We do it.
That's smooth.
Yeah, but
if you feel it. But how many of you have seen, you see the one that is called cirrhosis? Another simple word for cirrhosis, it means, they call it hardening of the liver. Another word for cirrhosis. How many of you have seen this sponge that when you want to clean your leg, they use it when you're younger?
Yeah.
Sponge, that's stone.
yeah.
That's how hepatitis is when it starts progressing. The liver looks as rough as that. And look at the last one. HCC means liver cancer. It's terrible. It's dead.
Too
The
bad.
person cannot live more than 6 months when you're alive.
Wow.
Because the liver cannot do anything again. I showed you what the formula of pregnancy. But she was not pregnant. She had an enlargement of the liver. So that's this is what hepatitis is. You see a lot of men going, they are technically robbing children of parents. It doesn't have to be this way. A lot of people are looking forward to see their children go to school, get married. But hepatitis is a short-term process. Next slide. It is preventable. Yes, it can be preventable. There's a vaccine for it. And if you take the vaccine, you have cover. You can have it. And the vaccine is so cheap, but a lot of us don't know anything about it. Treating hepatitis is quite expensive. Preventing it is very cheap. This is how it comes. There are just 3 inoculations. I told you the vaccine was made available since 1982. It didn't get to Nigeria since 2005. You can see, provided you know early. If you know late, it is already dangerous. Sometimes 2010, I met a young lady. I was in the consulting room, I went to see a colleague, and I was teaching the liver to go and do further investigation. The doctor said, this patient has a classical case of liver cancer. If they are insisting, let's go and take bed, do this bed, do this, just listed everything. And I was going, I wanted to just say health investigation, and was crying on the phone. Telephone. He said, Gabriel, you can't understand why I'm crying. I'm just 34 years old. I have a boy that is 3 years old.
We do a lot of screening, cervical cancer screening and breast cancer screening because it's very common in our society. We do market rallies where we do blood glucose, that's diabetes screening. We do high blood pressure screening. I am the voice behind Lassa Fever talk on Metro FM, where we have to enlighten our people. We do a lot of school visits, we do mentoring, and we talk to people on various health issues. Some time ago, we were at College of Education Technical to talk about aging and the things associated with aging, and we did free health screening for them, including dental screening and some other health screening. Here we are talking about hepatitis because it is the World Hepatitis Day. Every 28th of July, every year, it's World Hepatitis Day. And this year's theme is, this is hepatitis, closer than you think. Closer in the sense that a lot of us have it, we don't know. Next door neighbor has it, the person sitting next to you might have it and you don't know. A family member might have it, you don't know. So, and we do say AIDS, not a show for face. show for face. But the thing about hepatitis is that it's more infectious, about 100 times more infectious than HIV/AIDS. You hear so much about HIV/AIDS, but hepatitis is more dangerous, kills more people, and we find out that most of our people don't even know about it. That is why we are here to talk to you about it, so that you know that there is something like that exists. Once you, in medical terms, see anything that ends with TIS, it means there's inflammation. That tissue is trying to fight to save itself. So the assault is on the liver, and the liver is trying to react, and that's why you have hepatitis. There are so many things that can affect the liver, and the one we're dealing with now is viral infection. There are different types of hepatitis. You have the A, the B, the C, and the E. The very dangerous one is the B. And it's very common in our society because of our way of life. I call it a choice disease. You choose to be dirty, you choose to be clean. You might be rich and dirty, you can be poor and clean. So it's very much around with us because of our poor hygiene status. And I know that on television a lot is being said about hand washing. Wash your hand very well. When you toilet, make sure you wash your hand. Make sure your feces is properly disposed of, because not everybody has the WC thing. And don't eat fruits without washing them. You don't know where the fruits are coming from. Maybe somebody is in Oyibo, has a tray of fruits and the thing falls in the gutter, and he picks up his tray of fruits. He has to sell them, maybe because the Coca gate, and you buy it and you just start eating. These things must have been contaminated. What about the water we drink? It's a food for thought, because one of the roots of getting hepatitis infection is what we call fecal oral, which means you have directly or indirectly eaten somebody's feces. Fecal oral from here to here. So we see that a lot of pipes, water pipes in this part of the world pass through gutters. And when the drainage or sewage pipes are broken, they now contaminate the water system. It's very, very sad. So we should be very careful what we eat, what we drink, and our habits too. Sexual habits. A lot of us here are very sexually active people. Yes, you are sexually active. Your immunity is very high. Ask yourself, most students don't eat well. It's the truth. Yet they do certain things they're not supposed to do. So you can be very prone to hepatitis. So we're here to talk to you on this issue, and also to tell you that in as much as a lot of people are carrying this thing, because you know that some people are natural carriers. People who, food vendors, if they are natural carriers, they can decide it to be food they're selling to you. In as much as a lot of people are having this thing, there is a way out of it. Our habits, and also prevention, vaccination. So we are telling you that you should know your status, and also screen yourself. And for you to stay alive, you have to vaccinate yourself, get yourself vaccinated. So the major issue is knowledge about hepatitis infection. 2, the screening of it, that's knowing your status. 3, vaccination. So we are saying get screened to stay alive.
afterwards we just say a few things. Play tango, guys. You know, I'm really impressed. You know why? This transfusion that am I right? And I'm really impressed with how your hands together and brought these men on this high table. And I want to say, for the you have done for sending it tonight, I want to really appreciate. And I want to talk about it forward.
I don't know which one you want to use.
I see we are end of progress, we are having some progress.
And we are grateful that you have come on our invitation. I want to say thank you that
So you pick up your results.
The importance of years ago, when you were talking to small children, bow down to them. In the next 50 years, these are the presidents of Nigeria, am I right?
Yes.
These are the senators, am I right? These are the House of Rep members, am I right?
Today we've actually been faced with the keynote speaker, Madam Erin, right? Well, if you boil a lot of people, right, signing up and telling you that it's not for them, that the final year